What's up, everybody? Michael Silva here. This is episode 79 of Live Day Trading. We are looking at ticker symbol GSX. Had a nice gap up today. Has been kind of creating a pull and now trending sideways. It looks like it's somewhat building a launch pad right here around 73. Notice the horizontal line going across the screen, and I'll walk you more through this. I actually entered in 250 shares right at 72.99. I'm speculating that the price is going to break out of the 73. There's a lot of things working in my favor. The first thing is the gap up and the run up. Very, very bullish context. As you can see here, we have the 8 period above the 20 above the 50 above the 200. So there's a nice river flowing upwards. And then it's kind of an ascending triangle, or you can call it, a bull pennant, bull flag, whatever. As you can see right here, it's been kind of coiling up nicely like so. So it's kind of getting coiled up in here. So we might see a little bit of a pullback and, kind of bouncing back and forth in here. Got the VWAP right here, right next to this trend line. Things are kind of moving in this, positive direction. So if we get a close above the 73 on the 5-minute time frame, I do think that we might get some sort of a pop taking place. Now, if I go to the daily time frame, I want you to notice this bullish engulfing pattern right here. That is a pretty bullish sign. So the next day, which is today, opened up right above it and started really kind of pushing itself higher. So there's some good momentum taking place right now within this stock. So let's see what happens here on the 5-minute and see if we can make some profits. So we just tapped into 73.50. So I put in a limit order to remove 50 shares right there, taking some profits off of the table. This is just risk mitigation. So now I'm down to 200 shares long. Now this candle has not closed above this trend line at this particular time. So I'm just kind of being aggressive, and I'll let some shares work for me here, but I want to make sure that I capture profits for the day. I just sold another 100 shares into this rally right here. So that will bring me down to 100 shares long. I sold them at 73.65 with a limit order. This is coming out pretty well, pretty nicely right here. I'm gonna have my final target. I'm gonna just remove another 50 shares at 74.75. So if the price can just right back come up here, I'm gonna go ahead and take out another 50 shares, which will make me have only 50 shares remaining that I can let work for me. Now, I didn't actually mention that I had a stop loss on this transaction, which now I didn't set one up, so it's a mental stop loss. My mental stop loss will now be below technically this support or this resistance line that was broken that now becomes support. So originally my stop loss would have been just below this lower trend line right here. If we got the breakdown below it, then, I would have just gotten stomped out. But, that's somewhat hindsight, because I didn't mention it, a few minutes ago. But that's what was kind of going on in my head. Price looks like it's kind of struggling. Now it did, like I said, close above it on the 5-minute time frame, but it looks like it's struggling to go a little bit higher. And sometimes when you get breakouts, you get some sort of retest take place. And this wasn't like a super aggressive breakout, but to take note, it was on solid volume comparably looking back on the consolidation period. So you have this breakout today with some high volume, consolidated with lower volume, and then you have this breakout of this resistance on higher volume. So that actually adds to the narrative that this is not a false breakout, but nothing is for certain. We can just, put ideals in our favor to see how this plays out. So I have, like I said, 100 shares remaining. And I had a limit sell order at 73.75, I think it was, but I just actually dumped another 50 shares at 73. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, 73.50. I removed 50 shares because it is kind of getting slowed down, and I want to make sure that I have profits for the day. So now I'm going to just be a little bit more calm and just have 50 shares. It gives me less heart palpitations watching the price go up and down. So I'm gonna just say 50 shares. I'll let run to see how it goes, and I'll move my stop loss as time goes. So now I'm in a position where it's not will I make money today, it's how much money can I make. So let's see how this plays out. Now, if you're wondering exactly where I bought in, I bought in right here, right before the breakout. So I got lucky that it broke out, right? I bought it at 72.99, but the price was struggling to get above 73. So I bought it before going there. So I kind of speculated that the price would go higher. That's not always the case, but keep in mind, I only did 250 shares. So if the price came down a little bit more and it was in bullish context, I probably would have scaled up the position a little bit. At least that's what I was kind of considering doing. So yeah. That was my kind of thought process there. Okay, so now I am going to be moving my stop loss as time continues to move forward. So every candle that forms, I'm going to move my stop loss pretty much just right below the low of the previous candle. So we have a new candle forming here. My stop loss is going to be below this doji candle, which is going to be 73.23. Okay. So 73.23, if the price comes down from where it's at right now, down there, I will get stopped out on the remaining 50 shares. There we go. The white line will represent my stop loss. Okay, my stop loss is moving up to 73.48. That is the low of this candle right here. The low is 73.53, and I don't want it to be at, 73.50, a nice big round number. So I just want to hide behind that round number. So 73.48 seems to be a good area. So that is where my new stop loss is at. Clean up the moving averages there so we can just kind of see it a little bit more clear, the pattern that is. Looks like the next stop, it's trying to break out of 73 and go higher. You know what? I'm going to sell 25 shares at 73.97 right now. See if I can get filled. I missed that. I think I missed it. Let's see if we can go back up. But it's running into $74, which could act as somewhat of a wall. And, very well might just get rejected and pushed down. And be nice to capture in a couple more shares at a higher price point. Okay, so I did get 25 shares filled right there at 73.97. So now I'm only long 25 shares remaining. And look at how it hit 74 and kind of got rejected right there. So I just wanted to capture in a couple more shares just in case if it doesn't break above 74. Now this is some bullish momentum, so I don't see why we might not see a break, but I just want to take some more off the table because I'm a cautious person. If we get a break above 74, this might be a nice pop. Oh, yep, there it goes. 18 cents higher very quickly. I'm not that fast to trade, but I got 25 shares, like I said, remaining. Wow, so 29 cents higher from the 74, so 74.29. This thing is moving, and that was a 5-minute candle completion. Now I have another 10 shares that I want to get rid of at 74.45, just below 74.50. See if I can get that hit. Come on, 1 more cent. There we go, boom. See if we can get rejected at 74.50 or if we break above it. Oh my gosh, it just broke above it. 74.56. So I have 15 shares remaining now. Nice profit. So now because of this overextended move, I'm actually, before this one completes this candle, I'm going to go ahead and move my stop loss right below that. So 74.19 is going to be my new stop loss for the 15 remaining shares. All right, so I'm going to actually go ahead and get rid of the remainder shares right there, just because I'm looking down now. Probably and might still very well go higher, but one, I don't have that many shares on the table, so I just wanted to take the remainder profits. But another big thing is I'm looking at the SPY chart, and the SPY has been kind of sitting on the 20 period moving average after a run up and move down. So it's in bullish context, but it's yet getting weaker. So it looks like it just broke down or flushed below the 20 period moving average, which might end up pulling other stocks down with it. It typically does, not all the time, but it does. sometimes. So as I saw this starting to pull back, and I saw the SPY chart starting to flush down. So I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna get out of the position with the remainder 15 shares. $185 for today, spot on. Look at the price starting to move up a little bit more, of course. But I'm pretty happy with today's trade. Mitigated it and kind of just, took profits off as we went and pretty much got in right before the breakout. Not too shabby. All right, I will see you later today on my S&P 500 technical analysis update. Goodbye.